you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
But there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. Probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing, we'll have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge momentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, it's like there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. So, to the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live on this special day edition. You guys know that I don't go on during the daytime unless it's very, very important. And today is an epic, absolutely epic day indeed. Perhaps the biggest in the history of the sorts of things that we cover here on this show. As most of you may have heard, it has been confirmed just minutes ago that it is official. Elon Musk has acquired full ownership of Twitter. That's right. Elon Musk has acquired and assumed full and complete total ownership of Twitter. This has been confirmed as of about 10, maybe 15 minutes ago tops. Just riveting news that is making its way all across the globe as I speak right now. This is the top story in the world as of this moment. And this is just wild as we see a complete and total ascension, as you see to the right of me, with Dogecoin just coming up on 17 cents now, with a 30% increase over the last 24 hours. Just incredible to see all this sort of thing coming together and coalesce at this time. Guys, if you haven't already, if I could just ask you to take a moment to hit that like button. It's really appreciated. It's really the only thing that really helps work through these tricky YouTube algorithms for a smaller YouTuber like myself. Also, if you haven't already retweeted this stream, let's get this out to as many people as possible. If you're on Twitter, if you would consider doing so, I'm going to put that link in the chat right now. So if you haven't retweeted it, if I could ask you to do that, hugely appreciated. Let's try to reach as many people as possible and build this Doge momentum together. Right now, Dogecoin continues to ascend, continues to climb, as looks like we are probably going to see 17 cents while we are live on the air, and who knows where it goes from here. Maybe the next stop's 20 cents. We shall see, but we are going to cover it here live, late breaking. If you're brand new here, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm, of course, Steven Steele. It's great to have you with us. Would love to have you be a part of our awesome community here, so feel free to hit subscribe and stick around. We got Stormer144 in the chat. We got Scott Herforth. Good to see you. Gnome Grown Guardian, say that 3 times fast. Me, you, Jeff Layfield, Marie Potter, Bang Stun, Keith Havens, Corey E, Auntie, Georgie, Northwoods Peachtree, The Bang Stun, Nathaniel Smith, My Lanes, Zombie Doge Army, Brad, of course. Good to see you, Brad. Irish Cowboy. Hey, I like that name. Who else we got in here? We got John, we got Andy Shirley, we got HL, Joshua, Link, Elijah. The list goes on and the list goes on. This is just an extraordinary day, and this is a theme that I have been talking about over the last 6 weeks, and that is the theme of Elon Musk ushering in a new era, a paradigm shift, not just for cryptocurrency, not just for Dogecoin, but a cultural sea shift. What we are having here is Elon Musk is breaking up the monopoly of social media stranglehold that has been kind of foisted upon society over the last several years. And now we are seeing that come to an end as Elon Musk assumes ownership of Twitter. There was, of course, a lot of resistance. A lot of people didn't want this to happen. And the folks at Twitter before Elon were scrambling, trying to figure out how to thwart this from happening. Elon Musk ultimately reigning victorious in this transaction, in this deal. Kenny starting things off with a super chat, $5 make you holler. What a day it is. Elon is seriously changing the game. Yes, indeed, Kenny, you hit the nail on the head, and thank you for starting things off. Actually, technically, Northwoods Peach Tray put in $1 up there earlier with the Peach Super Sticker, so appreciate that too. If you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, that's obviously hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And Elon Musk confirmed with me on Twitter probably about 6 weeks ago, I think it is now. I said the best thing, I tweeted, I'm paraphrasing here, but I said the best thing about Elon Musk either starting his own social network or acquiring Twitter is there will be a Dogecoin tip jar. There will be a Dogecoin tip jar. I tweeted that out, and to my surprise, the next day Elon Musk responded to my tweet, that specific tweets, with a 100% emoji, basically confirming that's what would happen, or that at the very least he was very favorable to the idea. So I do think that we are going to see an official Twitter Dogecoin tip jar rolled out here definitely within 2022. But wouldn't surprise me if it even happened within the next couple of months here. Super, super exciting stuff. Twitter stock just going crazy right now, right along with Dogecoin. I bought my first rounds of Twitter stock this morning. I had a feeling this news was going to come through. So I loaded up on some shares there. And I think that this is just the beginning, just my opinion, of the market value successes for Twitter with Elon Musk now at the helm. Are you guys excited? Are you excited? I am so excited today. Northwoods Peachtree coming in with $10 to make you holler. I love it. I love peaches and the Steele Show. Sir, love you back. Thank you for the support. You've been a long time one. John Golbany coming in with the $1. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate it. Yes, let's go. Colby DuPont in the house. Right now, Dogecoin trading comfortably above 16 cents. Will we hit 17 cents before the day is through, before the stream is through? Remains to be seen. But right now, we are seeing Dogecoin, as of right now, coming in with some correction, but still up a whopping 26% over the last 24 hours. Exciting stuff. Things are just really seemingly coming together right now in ways that we were hoping, of course, but and I've got a lot of notes to get to about this, and we are going to crack into all of those right now. I'm gonna try to last as long as I can on the stream. I reshuffled my work schedule so I could stream during this glorious event. So that's what we are going to get down to it, boppers. This is a pretty interesting story surrounding this acquisition, and it came from Fortune magazine. This came out about 2 hours ago. I thought it was noteworthy. Elon Musk borrows from the Carl Icahn playbook as Twitter bid gains steam. Of course, this was written and put out right before this happened. At first glance, it's hard to think of two business titans as different in so many ways as Carl Icahn and Elon Musk. Icahn ranks as the world's premier rater of poorly run and undervalued businesses. Musk reigns at the top builder of new age enterprises on the planet. Icahn has made big slug of his billions in old energy. Musk is leading prophet of renewables. Icahn skewers his targets, and it goes on to basically really in-depth analysis of the parallels between Carl Icahn's strategy of hostile takeovers of unlikely companies and the strategies employed by Elon Musk that we're seeing played out today. And I think there are a lot of applicable, and of course my real life Doge over here, she is very excited about the Twitter acquisition. Remy's running around here. She's full of energy. I think one of the main strategic footnotes, if you will, that I think it has in common with the Carl Icahn hostile takeover strategy is when Elon Musk started to pivot to get extra funding, huge extra bulk of committed funding from J.P. Morgan Chase. when I saw that this was secured, what was that, about 3 or 4 days ago, for Musk to really kind of reassert himself and being able to come up with the $45 billion deal that we've seen play out today, I knew that Twitter would have a very difficult time not accepting the offer at that point. So I thought that was a very brilliant, bit shrewd, but very brilliant strategy on behalf of Elon Musk, securing all that additional funding through JP Morgan. And that's it obviously was a very, very successful strategy. Just wild. So right now, Dogecoin kind of climbing again. A lot of major high volume buy and sell orders coming in. Dogecoin kind of starting to climb again. So I'm hoping we're going to see 17 cents before the show is through. We've got Crypto Tank Girl in here. Welcome. We got Scotty Suitcases, Pink Tuba. What's going on? Hi, Steven. Happy Free Speech Day. Says LD in New York. Yeah, I mean, good point. So what we have seen, the kind of behavior that we have seen from Twitter, and basically, let's face it, all of the major, most popular social media platforms over the last several years, if we've seen kind of I would call it an opinion monopoly, right? Where we've seen the collusion between politicians and corporations to curate the narrative and stifle free speech and dissenting opinions. And to me, this trajectory I have found incredibly disturbing. And this is a topic I've covered extensively here on this program. And what we've seen with Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter today is it strikes a blow to the heart of this monopoly. This is, in my opinion, very, very encouraging. And the issue of free speech and opening up basically our digital town squares to for people to more freely express their opinions, I see this as a strong asset and essentially a necessity to a healthy, well-run, functioning democracy. Elon Musk also apparently shares generally that perspective as well. And I don't think this issue of expansion of free speech should be a partisan one. And for some weird reason, it ended up evolving to being a partisan issue, which really is a head scratcher in my opinion, but it really shouldn't be so. And this is not only a huge step in progress for, fun things like Dogecoin and just making Twitter a better platform, but also Twitter has basically been the digital ground zero for sculpting narratives, even though it may not be the most popular social media platform on the planet, but it is where most of the journalists are. Most of the journalism takes place in terms as it relates to social media. So the fact that the shackles seemingly are going to be coming off in terms of that kind of dictatorship, really, in terms of the curation of information, I think is just astounding. Bang Stun coming in with a $5 super chat. The question a lot of people want to know, will Trump be back? The former president, Donald Trump. A lot of people starting to ask this question now. Now that Elon Musk is in control of Twitter, will Donald Trump be allowed back on Twitter? Many people speculating. Hard to say, but Bang Stun, it wouldn't surprise me if this is something that happened even within the next 6 months. It's going to make a lot of people upset and a lot of people very happy, right? But I have a hard time believing that Donald Trump at this point would not be allowed back on the platform, seeing what we've seen so far of Elon Musk's perspective on these sorts of issues. So if I had to guess right now, I can't say with absolute certainty, of course, but I would lean there's probably about, if I had to put a percentage on, a 60% chance of the former president being allowed back on Twitter. So I don't know, does Trump even want to go back on Twitter? I would think this. Again, this is just speculation. I think that I think the former president may have even been asked if he
would get it back on Twitter, and I think he said no. I think he may have said that. I have to look that up. But if that's true, this is what I think is the highest probability scenario of playing out in regards to this. I think what will probably happen is, despite the former president's answer of saying that getting back on Twitter doesn't interest him, I think he will likely change his mind as Elon Musk kind of starts breaking off the shackles and realigning Twitter and kind of clearing house from its systemic corruption, really, is the way I see it, and getting things back on the good foot. Now, Donald Trump, for whatever you think of him, the guy has a massive ego. He loves the limelight, and Twitter is where the limelight is, much more than Truth Social. For those of you who don't know, Truth Social is the new independent social media network that Donald Trump helped spearhead, right? And that was kind of born out of the lack of free speech and the censorship, that mass censorship that had been happening on Twitter. That was the whole purpose of why Truth Social was born. And so now that the main reasons why Truth Social was invented in the first place has been removed, then what do you do? What relevance, how much gravity will a social media platform like Truth Social play at this point? Again, my dog in the background, she's very excited about everything happening here today, and I can't blame her. I gotta say, though, this squeaky toy may be running interference. We may have to get her another toy besides one that squeaks incredibly loudly like that. So I think that hopefully that will be taken care of shortly. Now, what we have seen too, I believe the shareholder call letters for Truth Social is DWAC. DWAC in sharp decline right now. So Truth Social stock has been going down exponentially. I think last time I looked, it was down about 38% dive in Truth Social DWAC stock. Now, I think this is just the beginning of probably what's to come for Truth Social stock and value. I really don't see under the Twitter's ownership, under Musk, Twitter Musk ownership, I really think that Truth Social is in a lot of trouble, and it's going to really be having to strive for relevance. So I don't put a lot of faith in a bright future for Truth Social. And what's even more extraordinary is Trump's not even on Truth Social yet. He doesn't even have an account on there yet. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? Like, this was your concept, your team, your crew, and the former president isn't even on his own platform yet. He rarely talked about it since it launched. I think they're probably scrambling. They're probably going to try to salvage and maybe scale down, maybe evolve it into something a little bit different. I don't know. But I don't see how Truth Social in this environment with Elon Musk acquiring Twitter, how Truth Social remains relevant or successful. And I do think consequentially when Donald Trump sees how that plays out, I think Donald Trump, if Elon Musk allows him, will certainly be back on Twitter. Jack Cleo coming in with a £5 super chat. Thank you, sir, from across the pond. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the super chats, guys. If you're new here, you're watching Real Deal Steven Steele. This is Steven Steele Live. I'm, of course, Steven Steele. It's great to have you with us this afternoon during this incredible news as we watch all of this unfold and kind of celebrate it together and follow this thing as it goes along today. We've got an awesome community here, and I would love to have you be a part of it. So feel free to hit subscribe, hit all on that notification bell, and ascend with us to the moon, Mars, and beyond. So we are doing it to it. Dogecoin holding its own over 16 cents at the moment. That still puts Dogecoin up over 25% over the last 24 hours. Just an explosive, extraordinary amount of growth for Dogecoin. And my Doge couldn't be more excited about it. Remy, my unofficial co-hostess with the mostest, has to get on the screen if you know what I mean. She's excited. Dogecoin to the moon, Remy. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! She's excited. She's excited. Ever since Elon Musk acquired Twitter, she has been like this, running around, hooping and hollering and partying it up. Isn't that right, Rems? Isn't that right? Remy, are you excited? You excited? She's so excited. And she just can't hide it. Like the Pointer Sister said. See? Like the Pointer Sister said in 1985. We're feeling alive here on Steven Steele Live. Yes, we know how to do it, guys. We are having a good time here today, this afternoon. So let's go to some other notes here, guys. We got the BBC also reporting right now. Twitter shares halted. As reports said, Elon Musk deal is close. And it goes on to explain how the strategy and the Twitter boardroom was just an absolute chaos this morning, running around trying to wonder what to do. Even a few members have reported to try to make some last-minute thwarting to the effort. Obviously, those efforts were unsuccessful. And we are where we are, right? Let me kind of refresh what's been going on here and see if there's any new late breaking news that is coming through right now, guys. CNBC now reporting. Just a second, guys. We got some more breaking news here. I'm pulling it up right now. So Musk's deal for Twitter is worth about, as you guys know, $44 billion. He was able to pull this off by reaching out to JP Morgan for a pretty good chunk of that funding, which I believe was very critical to the success of this, what essentially could be described as a hostile takeover of Twitter. I think that what we are seeing here is the beginning of an absolute cultural paradigm shift. We're in for an absolute massive sea change. Again, even though Twitter isn't the most popular social media network out there, it is ground zero for the public square and shaping and cultivating news and public sentiment and opinion. And it kind of goes from there. So that is why the establishment was so resistant to an Elon takeover, because to a certain degree, it wasn't even about money for them. It was more about controlling the narrative, controlling particular agendas. I think what we're seeing particularly through Elon Musk really is a backlash. So we are seeing a backlash to a technopoly, essentially, an overreach and an assertion of power, okay? An overreach of an assertion of power to degrees that ticked off and alienated a lot of people. I think the likes of Twitter's previous board, I think the director's board, Elon recently expressed, is going to be extinct pretty soon. And I'm sure there's a lot of people nervous of what's going on over there. I think there's a lot of folks really nervous over there right now. But what we are seeing here, I believe, is the beginning of the end of a complete stranglehold on information and narrative through social media. And I think what happened is there was an overreach and abuse of power there, and it resulted. I think it resulted in a big backlash through Elon Musk as kind of a populist representation for a lot of people, right? Who have been upset by this trajectory, and people essentially feeling powerless, wondering if they are going to be shadow banned, ghost banned, suspended for terms of service that were always very flexible and very ambiguous. And so the terms of service, you wouldn't even know what those were. And it pretty much seemed that if you started picking up steam and the Twitter staff deemed you to be espousing opinions or even having interests that they don't particularly like, they were going to either shadow ban you or completely suspend you or throttle your growth. And this is something that I've talked about frequently. This is a big reality. People have been throttled. I experienced that particularly. That's why I started a second Twitter profile. People wondered, oh, why did you start a new one? And then people were making all sorts of idiotic speculations as of why, and conspiracy theories around it. The reason why is because my first Twitter profile got completely shadow banned. The growth got completely throttled, probably because I expressed an opinion or a sentiment that the folks on that were responsible for curating and enforcing, a healthy quote unquote community deemed wrong. And so what was happening was I was losing followers every day. Tons of people were messaging me and saying, just so you know, I was automatically unfollowed from your account. And this was happening every day. People were messaging me, telling me this. So what essentially Twitter was doing, they were throttling my engagement and my reach. And not only doing that, but every day they were automatically kicking my followers off from following me. They would have them manually unfollowed, and people have to refollow in this sort of game. And it was a losing battle. And I realized that the only way I could possibly have a chance at rebuilding and growing was to completely restart and start over. So that's what I had to do. So Nathaniel Smith, someone's saying that Elon just tweeted. Let's check this out right now, guys. We're going to see what's going on here. And we're just I'm right along with you guys, just following this news as it comes through. Just hang on a minute here. And I'm just pulling up my phone here because it's going to be quicker than me looking it up on my computer. This is incredible. And I'm tweeting right now in all caps as a response to this. Thank you, Elon, man of and for the people. That is what I'm responding to Elon Musk. So Elon Musk just tweeted this official statement, and this is wild. Elon's saying, here is Elon's official statement as of 2 minutes ago, and this is a direct quote from Elon Musk as of now. Ladies and gentlemen, he says, free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square. I just said the digital town square earlier in the stream. This is so funny. Where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, said Mr. Musk. Also, I want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making algorithms open source. This is key to transparency. This is awesome. So Elon Musk saying that he intends on making Twitter's algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential, and I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. Just a powerful statement right there from Elon Musk. Just incredible that we are seeing here. I believe this is one for the history books. To the casual observer, they may say, oh yeah, this billionaire bought a big social media company. Who cares? Another day, another dollar. But this is really at the fundamental heart of the matter. Like I said, the beginning of what I feel to be a cultural sea shift and balancing out the trajectory, balancing out this Orwellian trajectory, in my opinion, that we have seen transpire over the last several years. And from everything that I've seen and observed from Elon Musk and the statements he's made surrounding this, I do have a lot of faith that he's going to run it fairly. Some people have been wondering if now that Elon has acquired Twitter, if he's going to kind of enforce free speech selectively according to give his own narrative's favorability, meaning if you criticize Tesla or SpaceX or Elon Musk too much, that maybe you will be subject to throttling and shadow banning. I really don't think this is the case. I really don't see Elon Musk doing this, and I think that would go in complete opposition to the values that he has espoused, particularly when we read this tweet from Elon Musk that he sent 3 hours ago today. Now get a load of this, folks. Elon Musk said, I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter, because that is what free speech means. And I couldn't agree with you more. I've always said I've never wanted Twitter to be overtly left-wing or overtly right-wing. I just wanted it to be a fair playground where everyone's playing by the same rules and where terms of service aren't selectively applied according to a overt bias within the ranks. And that's all we've seen, frankly. And it has just been outrageous, the amount of power-mad abuse that citizens have experienced all around the world on platforms like Twitter. And it's just been extraordinary. We've seen it even a lot within crypto communities, with Doge communities, and even people that aren't, I wouldn't even necessarily, the thing is, I know conservatives often like to say, oh, it's this systemic censorship of conservatism. I think them framing it that way really does the cause a disservice, because it definitely has been, not that they're wrong in that capacity, but it doesn't end there. This hasn't just been, this techopoly hasn't just had a negative impact on conservatives. It's had a negative impact on anyone who's had dissident opinions that are don't line up with the establishment, okay? That haven't lined up with, and by the establishment, I mean the collusion of Washington, D.C. and politicians with the heads of these companies and so forth. We've seen it to the likes that of degrees in this country, frankly, that I never even thought I'd ever see in America. And I found this incredibly, incredibly disturbing. I just wondered, how much longer can this go on? Fortunately, Elon Musk has the resources and the wherewithal to put a big crack in this whole thing. And that's exactly what we need right now. What we are experiencing right now is an absolute cultural rebellion against wokeism, and to a degree, against mass censorship and an overreach of government and corporations to dictate what we can say, feel, or post about. Now, this is sending shockwaves across the establishment right now. And if you think that you've seen a lot of disparaging mainstream media coverage of Elon Musk over the last few months, well, folks, strap in, because you ain't seen nothing yet. You haven't seen anything yet. And we've seen this time and time again. This sort of bias doesn't just hit conservatives or Trump. It hits the likes of Russell Brand, Joe Rogan, anyone. It doesn't matter where you are on the political sphere. If you are talking about things that are inconvenient or challenging to narratives of the establishment, they're going to turn against you. Okay, they're going to turn against you, and that's what we've seen. Now, fortunately, don't get me wrong, it does make me a bit nervous that Twitter is solely in the hands of a single billionaire. But folks, what other choice do we have? Elon Musk is the only man who feels the way that who espouses the values that he does about free speech and so forth, and has the resources that he has. So in a sense, in terms as it relates to Twitter anyway, Elon Musk was our last hope. And boy, did he really come through. This is very encouraging. This is very awesome. Jason Huffman, am I able to refresh the chart? Thank you. Sometimes it does get stuck, and thank you for calling my attention to that. Of course, I can refresh the chart, folks, so we're going to do that right now. Dogecoin still holding steady, over 16 cents right now. We did see a dip below 16. Now it's coming back, which is a really good sign. The Doge isn't done playing today. The Dogecoin is jumping for joy with jubilance with all this news transpiring as it's been taking place. Lots of various dynamic reactions all over the Twitter sphere. People either celebrating or having complete and total illogical meltdowns, as I see it. And it's been pretty fun to see here. Let's see if Elon Musk has tweeted anything else out since that statement about 15 minutes ago now. For those of you just joining us, you are watching Steve and Steele Live. Of course, I am Steve and Steele. It's great to have you with us. We've got an awesome community here, and I would love to have you be a part of it. So feel free to hit subscribe hit all on that notification bell. Send with us to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Those of you who aren't new to the show, you know that I have been talking about these sorts of issues for a long time. And I've been doing this channel about 13 months now. And so it's really good to see many of these speculations and things that we have been hoping finally come into play, finally coming into reality, into fruition here. And it's just a very exciting time. It's a very exciting time to be alive. It's a very exciting time to see this paradigm shift. I think that Elon Musk is spearheading a populist paradigm shift on behalf of many citizens across the globe that feel similarly. I think that Elon Musk will likely act very swiftly and very decisively in terms of turnovers with the staff, in terms of the revisions that he will be making on Twitter. I don't think this is something that he's going to let sleep. I really hope that Elon Musk gets into the guts and exposes this algorithm for what it was. People en masse being shadow banned and their replies deboosted and ghost banned and so forth. I've experienced it firsthand. You don't just have your engagement tank 95% overnight and lose followers every day instead of gaining them every day, unless that someone's put the hit out on you, so to speak, in terms of social media censorship. And this was happening on a mass scale and a broad scale. And for a while there was a resource that you could check if you were shadow banned or ghost banned on Twitter. And I think for a while that was a pretty reliable metric for that thing. And then it went offline, and then it was revived through a new link. But on further inspection, I don't think this new link towards checking if you're ghost banned or shadow banned on Twitter is an accurate one. Just to be clear on that. And but certain people of prominence in the Dogecoin community have been weighing on this and maybe even suggesting that there are no big real problems with. There have been no big problems with systemic shadow banning, systemic ghost banning. I absolutely disagree with that wholeheartedly. This has been an absolute huge, massive problem. One of the main downfalls of Twitter, in my opinion. Elon Musk apparently aware of this as well, as he posted a meme a few days ago, kind of touching on this, and I'm scrolling back to find this meme. Just give me a moment, guys. So many memes, so little time, right? So Elon Musk kind of posted an image of a very ominous council of people in dark robes pulled over their faces, and it says, with the caption, "Shadow Ban Council reviewing tweet." So Elon Musk, very aware of the systemic shadow ban problem. I think that's what that tweet said, that he is very aware of that. This has been an incredible problem for a lot of people, and a lot of people being just completely deplatformed and suspended as well. Guys, if you haven't hit that like button, if I could just ask you to take a moment to do that, really appreciate it. It's the number one thing you can do to help out a smaller channel like mine reach those tricky YouTube algorithms. As if you're new here, you can see that I run a different kind of show here. I don't run a typical crypto channel. I don't open my mouth super wide open and make overtly surprised looking expressions in my thumbnails. And I like to talk about things with in a little bit more depth and long form. I understand this isn't everybody's cup of tea, and it's probably why I have a smaller rather than one of the larger channels, but I gotta stay true to what my style is and what I do. So that's the kind of content we do here. And also, if you're new here, I have some really great guests that come in from time to time as well. So, and again, we may not have the biggest community here, but we really do have the best. I mean, we really do have just an incredible, high quality group of people here. So, again, thank you guys for the continued support here. I'm going to go back to my notes here. We're going to see if any more breaking news has come into play here since we've been on the air, learning upon Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter. On the wire right now, we got live updates coming in from the New York Times. So Twitter has now agreed to be taken over at 54.20 cents a share, a 38% premium over the share price. This is confirmed. Now, there's an interesting article that just came out just a little bit ago. Four ways Twitter could change under Elon Musk. 4 ways Twitter could change under Elon Musk. And sorry, I just realized that you're probably not seeing the chart anymore because I opened up that tab under the chart window, and probably not the best way to do it. But here we go. And guys, I'm getting a little clippy over here a little bit. We're going to go to a different chart. We're going to go to the Binance chart so we can see some candles. And sorry, my computer's running a bit slow today. I'm not quite sure why. So hopefully it's not choppy on your end. It's looking choppy on my end, but hopefully it's not choppy on your end. So here we go. Dogecoin holding its own, coming up again, trading comfortably at 16.5. So this is really good news. What you're looking at right now is a 15-minute chart on Dogecoin. And so we saw a nice rise here about an hour ago, and then we did some sideways trading. We did a little bit of a dump off here in correction. Then ever since then, we've been seeing an ascension reestablish itself and peak out just a little. So we did touch just a little bit over 17 cents there, albeit very briefly. But the important thing I want to point out here to you guys is for a little bit there, it seemed that Dogecoin was going to drop and stay well below 16 cents. That didn't happen. So this is an incredibly good sign that Dogecoin is holding its own comfortably, trading above 16 cents. It looks like it's going to stay there. It looks like the Doge isn't done running for the day either. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw our ways back up to 17, 18, maybe even close to 20 cents within the next 40 hours. Certainly probable. I would say this is a fair probability of going on. Jay says a bit choppy over here, but I can still see it. Let's see if there's any windows I can close out here to make the stream a little bit smoother here. I am running a lot of applications here. So here we go. Four things that Elon Musk's Twitter bid will change. Free speech and content moderators. Okay, this is obviously what I've talked about a great deal on this show and a reoccurring theme on this show. Mr. Musk has frequently expressed concern that Twitter's content moderators go too far and intervene too much on the platform, which he sees as the internet's de facto town square. And now the Trump question. Mr. Musk has not commented publicly how he would handle the former President Donald Trump's banned Twitter account, but his free speech comments have stoked speculation that Twitter, under ownership, might reinstate Mr. Trump, who was barred from the platform last year. So essentially saying what I was saying earlier, we're not sure if this is going to happen yet, but I do think that Elon Musk will be open to that, to having him back on the platform. The algorithm, I think this is the biggest game changer in which Elon Musk will run Twitter. In a 10 conference this month, he elaborated on his plans to make the company's algorithm open source model, which would allow users to see the code showing how certain posts came up on their timelines. I think this is integral and super smart because even if some of the carryover staff pre-Musk were to want to still curate and have a diabolical algorithm that we've had in the past, they won't be able to get away with it if it's all open source and presented to people. I think this is very, very smart move. Who used the platform and now, and how? Before Mr. Musk offered to buy Twitter this month, he expressed concern over the relevance of the platform. When the account post listed of the most 10 followed Twitter accounts, including Barack Obama and pop stars Justin Bieber and Katy Perry, Mr. Musk responded and wrote, "Most of these top accounts even tweet rarely, post very little content as Twitter dying." So here, Elon Musk recognizing the problem in terms of the limits of Twitter's engagement as it relates to popular culture. I think that we are going to see a big uptick in Twitter use and accounts being added with frequency. So just some footnotes there of some changes that we could probably expect to see under Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter. Banks Dunn coming with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Banks Dunn saying, everyone is pumped. Makes for a perfect day for super chat war. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a super chat war. That's my Ramones-esque super chat war chant that I made up. Thank you, Banks Dunn. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Dogecoin trading comfortably at 16.5 cents. Doing it to it. Let's see what else is going on. Canada welcomes you, bro. Mickey Kim says. I think that's in reference to a tweet that I made this morning. I said, if Elon Musk buys Twitter, I'm moving to Canada. And of course, I was joking. I jest. But it's amazing how many people took it seriously and thought I was being serious. And of course, I was referencing the old cliche that when an election doesn't go a certain way, there's always people that'll say, I'm going to get up and I'm out of here. I'm moving to Canada. It's always like the stereotypical thing that's been happening for all the last 20 years here. So, yeah, of course I was kidding. No disrespect to Canada. Particularly the maple syrup and the hockey, right? Two things that I love. Real maple syrup is where it's at. I can't do the fake stuff. I can't do the corn syrup stuff. I'd rather not have any hotcakes. I'd rather not have any Belgian waffles. If you're going to give me that Carol syrup, that Aunt Jemima, that stuff's garbage. It's garbage. Give me the grade A from the tap out of the tree maple syrup. That's the only way to do it. Real maple syrup, quality maple syrup, without any additives, without any artificial sweeteners, without any concentrated sweeteners like corn syrup. It's a night and day difference. Zombie Doge Army coming in with a $5 super chat. Some Shiba Inu super sticker. Zombie Doge Army. Always great to have you with us, my friend. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for the super chat. Guys, I am feeling alive. We are alive and kicking. As the seminal 1980s Euro group Simply Red once said, Right Said Fred, they're still on Twitter. I saw them been posting some spicy opinions over the last year. Anyway, folks, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm your host, Real Deal, Steven Steele. We are pumped. We are excited. We are ready to go. We are ready to flow. Dogecoin has been ascending, over 25% increase over the last 24 hours. Elon Musk has officially acquired Twitter. And what do you want? What better day could you ask for in these circles, guys? This is just exciting stuff. I do think that Dogecoin even could possibly see $1 within 2022. I definitely wouldn't take that off the table. Certainly possible. Banks Dunn says if Doge goes to $1, I'm going to Costa Rica, buying a house on the mountainside and overlooking the ocean. Well, I will be sure to reach out to you, Banks Dunn, when Doge gets to $1 or more to hang out a weekender in Costa Rica with you. For sure. So this is just exciting stuff, guys. Anyway, I think I'm going to wind this one down. I will be back on tonight to do more coverage on this as well. Also, keep an eye on Twitter. If you don't already follow me on Twitter, I may do triple duty with a Twitter space there. If you turn into my Twitter space, if I do one, it'll be I'll be covering much of the same content, and it'll be much of the same things as here. But I would love to have you guys show up there too. But anyway, I'm going to save my voice for that and a show tonight as well. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Again, appreciate each and every one of you guys. This is great, extraordinary news. I will be back tonight, feeling all right, out of sight. Great to see you guys. This is your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele, signing off for now.
Front door open, music still playing in one room down the hall. Towels on the floor, and then it's quiet. Just the bees and birds, the summer haze.